Hello, today I'd like to build a 3D printed battery holder, and I have a example right here. So this is a AA to C adapter, and what I want to do is I want to take this AA battery, put it into here, and have it sit like that. And I want to print up, I have my own model of this so that I can make multiple copies of this. They do have this on Amazon, but if I can 3D print this and make, a whole bunch of it, a whole bunch of copies of it, that'd be great. So I can take this and make it, my own version. So let's get started. So I drew a picture of it, and here is my back of the napkin design. Okay, AA to AC battery adapter. And let me just tell you the outside diameter is 25.5. The inner diameter is 14. Wall thickness of the entire thing is 1.3. So this outside wall thickness is 1.3. And the little ribs inside of there are 1.2 millimeters. So I will start building it with OnShape, and this is a free subscription of OnShape here. Okay, and I will go create a document. So let's put in a AA battery holder. Okay. All right, so we're just going to build a cylinder, and we're going to take the cylinder down 46 millimeters. Okay, so let's go sketch on top view, and we can hide the front and right by going over here to front, click on the eyeball, and click on right. It's those two. And let's grab this coordinate system thing and click on this, and should be able to get the top view here. All right, I'm going to explain the mouse functions a little bit. So the mouse, the middle scroll wheel, which is this guy right here, he does the zoom. If you hold that down, that does a pan. And if you right click on your mouse, it will do the rotation. All right, let's click back on top to normalize that view. All right, here we go. So now I'm just going to build a cylinder, a circle from the dead center here. And so now I want to hit a distance diameter of 25.5. So we can just type in 25.5 and it will automatically create it, and it makes it black. As you can see, it is centered to this point right here. So that's exactly what we want. So now I want to create another one inside of here, and then I'm going to go 1.2 millimeters smaller than that. Okay, so we can take that 25.5 and distance. Now this does do math, so 25.5 minus the 1.2 will double that, so 2.4, and that will make our thickness. Okay, so now we're good to start. Let's finish the sketch. All right, so now we're going to extrude this. So go over here to extrude. We're going to extrude a solid, a new body, and it's going to be 46 millimeters in length. Okay, now let's click on this shell right here. Click that, and then it automatically extrudes that shell. Okay, green check. We're going to go to our top view. Look at our top view now. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to create a circle, a smaller circle on the inside. So let me get back into that sketch. Let me show that sketch first by clicking on that little eyeball right there. Let's go to top, and now it shows my sketch. I can go over here to, double click to get in that sketch, and then we will go over here to circle. And we'll create a small circle inside, and this is 14 millimeters. So just left click and then type in 14. So there's our 14. Okay, and I'm going to measure my battery size just to verify. So I got my calipers here and measure the outside diameter, 14.22. So 14 shall be good, and we'll have a little bit of compression on this, a little bit, it's going to be a little bit tight. That's fine. Green check to finish that. So now I want to take this and I want to extrude this. So let's go over here to extrude. We're going to click on this here, and we will extrude it only 1 millimeter. Just typing in 1, and then we'll take a look at this and make sure it's going into here. Okay, If it's opposite, we want to flip it. So all we gotta do is push that button right there, little arrow, and it flips. Okay. And now we're gonna hit. So it's gonna do a solid add, and it's adding to part 1. Green check. Okay. We see it's all the same color, and we still have one part. So that's exactly what we want. So now we need to go through here and create these little separations inside of here. So you can see that right there, that they are separated. See little gaps. So that will allow us to easily insert this. If we did this right here as it is, it would be very sloppy, and the battery would, go in there and just would not have very good protection and holding it in proper position. So let's create some ribs inside of there. Okay, so now I'm going to click on a new sketch, and we're going to sketch on the inside of this guy right here. Okay, green check there. Let's go to my top view, and let's just create a rectangle, and we're just going to create this rectangle like this. We'll trim it in a second, so don't worry about how it looks right now. So that's good. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a rotation after I'm all done perfecting this. So what I'm going to do is trim this guy, but I'm going to use this as like my trimming area. So what I need to do is I need to do a use command. So I'm going to go to use, and this projects edges and faces to the existing sketch. Okay, click use, click on this guy right here, and so it automatically created that. So now I'm going to go to trim, which is over here, trim, and we're going to trim these guys, and you see how it followed that. So that's good. If I trim this, it had disappeared. So hit Control Z again. I got those back. Now I can just extrude this through and take it all the way down into there. So I could do I'm going to actually do a width of this first. So let's go to D for dimension. Click on this origin. We're going to click on this left side right here, and we're going to make this 0.5. And now we're going to do, we could do either this to here, and then we'll do 1 millimeter. So green check, and that will allow us to create that. Basically, it's a helper. It's going to hold that battery as it goes inside of here. All right, so let's go in and do an extrusion. We're going to grab this piece right here, and we're going to extrude that, but we're going to click on this, and we're going to go up to face. Okay, face is this face right here. Green check, and it's going to do a solid. It's going to add, and it's going to merge with part 1. Green check, and there we are. Now, if we want to do a rotation of this feature, let's undo that. So let's go back to extrude. We are going to just do a new and green check. So what that does is it creates a new solid body. So now we have 2 parts, part 1, part 2. So part 1 is that piece right there, the round cylinder, and part 2 is that little our helper, our battery guide. So now I want to take this rib, and I want to do a rotation of it in several different areas. One, I want to create 3 of these ribs, and they will help us hold that AA battery. So I'm going to do like 1 here, and like a peace sign almost, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. But I also want to create additional ones that I will push forward, and they will help me remove material so that I can put a different size AA battery in here. All AA batteries will not be the same size. They will be various diameters. So we have to have this adjust to any AA battery that we have available. So I'm going to do a circular pattern here. Circular pattern new, and we're going to click on this guy right here. So this is our entity to pattern, and we want to click on our axis, this guy right here, and we want to see that right there. And now we want to do 12 times. So we're going to keep this one, we're going to keep this one, and this one. They will be, these 3 we will keep as our ribs, and the other ones we will actually subtract out. So let's go green check. And now I will union this one, and this one. Okay, so let's go union those. Boolean. Union tools. We're going to click on this guy first. Click on that guy, this guy, and this guy. Okay, green check. So that is combining them all together. Okay. So next I will do a subtraction of this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, and this guy. What I'll do is I'll make something inside of here that allows us to, you know, this one will probably be a floater. So what I'm going to do is I will actually extend those. So let me click on this outer shell right here, or we'll click on the hide part 1. Let's flip it over. All right, let's do a thicken. And you notice how it's not letting me choose that right now. So what I will do is I'll go in here and I'll hide that sketch 1. So let's click on that little eyeball right there that hides sketch 1. So now we don't see it anymore. Now we want to do a thicken, and we want to thicken each one of these, just the tops. So here, 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 and I'm pushing it 5. I don't have to push it 5. I just gotta push it 1 millimeter. Change that to 1. Green check, and that just extended them all. So let's show part 1 again, and now we can see it's touching each one of those, which is exactly what we want. And now I will subtract them out. So let's go with the Boolean subtract. Target is the blue guy. Tools are the gray guys. Green check. Top view. And there we are. So now we have, like, these are the ribs. These will support the battery going in. And if this doesn't work for you, all you got to do is adjust the size of the initial diameter. All right, so now we want to remove a couple of these, few of these fins inside of here. So let's go with a, we can do an extrude. Grab this one, that one, this one, this one. Okay, and we're going to reverse that. We're going to do solid, remove. So it flips, and then hit green check. Okay, green check. All right, now we're going to create a piece that goes inside of here, and this is going to be like a fin, and the fin is going to be rotated, and as you put in the battery, it can push this fin. So let's start to create that. We're going to do a sketch. We're going to use this body right here as our, this surface as our body, as our starting point. Click on the rectangle. Now we're going to hit D for dimension. Here to here is going to be 0. Perfect. And then here to here is going to be 1. And 1, enter. We're going to have this extend a little bit longer, and this extend a little bit longer. Okay, finish this. Now we're going to extrude that. Click on this and this. We're going to type in 46. That's our length. We're going to rotate this, see which way it's going. Okay. So it's going the opposite direction. Let's click on this little arrow to get it back to the other way. Green check. It actually united it, which I didn't want it to do. So let's double click on the extrude. Let's go to new. Green check. Okay, top view. Let's see that, what it looks like. All right, so now I'm going to do a rotation here. So let's go over here to transform. Transform, this is my entity. I'm going to do a rotation. The axis is this point right here. Okay, and I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees. It's still outside, which is exactly what I want. And but I do want to trim this in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep this as it is, green check. And now we're going to go and create a circle to remove that material. So what we're going to do is sketch on this guy right here. And we're going to click on the circle. Here from the center, look, it goofed, but I'll show you how to fix that. Left click to just put it out there, 14 millimeters. And now we want to go do a coincident, this guy to this guy. And just snaps it right to there. All right, perfect. So now I want to do a green check. Now I want to remove this from this. So I'm going to extrude that all the way through. Extrude this solid body and reverse it. 46, and we're going to do remove, merge scope, choose this guy. We're removing it from that guy. Green check. No go. Let's try that again. All right, so we're going to go to extrude this guy. We're going to remove, merge scope. We're removing it from this guy. It's saying they did not intersect. Why don't they? Yes, they do. I know why. Okay, so we're going to extrude that guy again. Lessons to learn. So extrude this guy and this guy. Or here's what we could do. All right, this is all right. Lessons to learn here. All right, so we're going to do extrude. If we choose this, you see how it excludes that little area right there. So let's not check this. Let's actually check just this right here. We're going to flip it. We're going to remove 46. And we're going to go remove and merge with part 2. Green check. And you see how that removed it. Top view. All right. So now we should be able to union that after. Let's do a rotation of this though. We're going to rotate this and do, a few copies of it. So now we're going to do a circular pattern of this guy, and axis of pattern is, we click there as our axis, and now we're going to do, let's try 18. All right, and we're going to unselect these guys right here. So skip instances, and these are our instances to skip this guy, this guy, this guy. Green check. Perfect. These should bend as you're putting in that battery. So this is a unique little, way of doing that. So let's union these. So we will go over here to union, boolean, union tools. So this guy, and then we're going to select each one of these, and it will union them all together. Green check. So that's our final product. Let's put some radii on this. Make sure it's not like super sharp. So let's go over here, put a fillet. Fillet that guy. Let's do like 0.25. This is rather small. So, and then we'll do 0.25 on the back side. Green check. And then of course we want to add some fillets to this side right here, so let's do that. All of these I would say is best because it will not be a stress point, and we could actually, it says it wants to do that wall. Let me choose that wall too. I don't want it to end and look silly like that. Not that one. If you want to unselect, hold shift, and that will allow you to unselect it. Top view. Let's take a look at this, and we can add some nice generous chamfers in here if we want to. That actually might be a good idea, is to add chamfers first to these edges right here. What we can do actually is we can suppress these. Click on those two, right click, suppress, and now we will go to chamfer. Let's chamfer each one of these edges. So these are, it's going to be inserting this way, most likely. Guess you could insert the other way too. So I'm clicking on each one of these, and I'm going to chamfer these guys, not that edge. So if you accidentally click that shift key, hold that shift, and let's zoom in. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now we want to put like a, let's say a 1mm or even bigger, 2mm. And if you want to, you can have a lead in, so we can go two distances. So we can do one at 5. Let's do one at 2. And the other one at 5, and yeah, that looks good. So green check. Now we can take this chamfer and we can slide it up. Now we can go and highlight these two again, hold down the shift key, and that allows you to select both of them, right click and unsuppress those, and those pop back. And we can see we got most of them back, but let's go back to fillet. If you ever get that big orange and you don't want to see it, just click your space bar. That unselects it. So let's go to fillet. We're going to choose these edges. Looks like it unselected them, or didn't reselect them. Oops. There we go. Grab this edge. We're just adding fillets to make this a, you know, not as sharp. And we wanted to, you know, smoothly insert into it. Okay, green check. Let's do top view. Top view. Let's take a look and see if we notice any issues, any missing fillets there. We'll just double click on fillet 3 and we'll just add that, green check. Okay, all done, I think. I'm missing a fillet here. And I think that is it. All right, so now we want to take this and we want to export it out as an STL. So we're left click, right click. We're going to go to export. We're going to go over, drop this down to STL. Give this a name. Okay, it's being exported out. Let's open up my slicing software. Get my slicing software open now. Let's drag and drop that from my downloads into there. And to print this, I would print it as it is in this orientation. You want these on the very bottom, and the reason you don't want these on the very top, otherwise you need supports. So let's go over here, slice plate. And this is what I'm using is Orca slicer here. So where is my, yeah, I'm using Orca slicer 2.3.1. Okay, now I'm going to go slice. And each one's going to take me 27 minutes to make, and with my current settings, and it's going to cost me 16 cents. So that's a great bit of savings compared to what you would pay on Amazon. So now I'm going to show the iterations that I've done. So this is the original here. So you got the original one from Amazon. Then we got my first one. I've actually modified this and tweaked it because of my issues were that this was too tight. So I had to increase the diameter. Okay. So I had to increase the inner diameter. Here's the second print that I've made. And so I've changed it. So now I only have one rib on each side. So you can count the three, there's 3 additional slanted ribs. And I opened up the inner diameter just a little bit. So this diameter changed a little bit. Okay. And now the battery will go through that chamfer. So it goes through the chamfer and then slides right into my 3D printed. A little bit tight, but it does work. And yep, so it's definitely not gonna flip and flop out of there. So my suggestion maybe would be open up this diameter even a little bit more, the inner diameter, and allow for that to go in more smoothly. But this, I like how it's not going to fall out, and I could still push it out. It's just a little bit tight, So overall, success. So thanks for watching. Bye.